Do you know what, guys? I think this might actually be my favorite tech product purchase of the year so far. It's a coffee machine, and I know what you're thinking, why is that your favorite tech purchase? Well, me and Nene, we drink a lot of coffee, and we used to spend so much money on Starbucks. Starbucks are like $6 a drink now. The pods for this Nespresso machine are like 80 cents each, so we can drink like 5 times the amount of coffee for the same price. And you want to know the best part? It tastes exactly the same as a real Starbucks. Yours is actually ready. Here you go.
Hey, I'm in a towel. Can they? I'm so glad they can't see on the other side of the camera.
That was actually not bad. Let me show you guys. Check it out. I would say that's pretty legit. Onto the topic of today's video, the racing sim. We have some upgrades to do. About 2 months ago, just after we moved, Moza and GT Omega sent over a bunch more stuff. It was coincidentally like at the same time. But anyway, I've been meaning to do a video on them. Let me show you what they sent us. So we got a bunch of stuff here. There's a brand new chair in this big box. There's a floor mat, which I don't know if I'm gonna actually be able to use because we're on carpet. There's also a keyboard tray, there's a mouse tray, and then all of this stuff in the white boxes is from Moza. So there's wheel upgrades in here. This one, I've actually already tried this one because I couldn't wait. But we also have another one here, and then I'm very excited to try this. This is like a proper GT racing steering wheel. Would you call it GT or Formula 1? Let me know in the comments. I also have this really cool RGB upgrade to do that Nene thought of actually. So let's go and unbox the stuff so we can get started on the upgrades. We'll start off with the chair. So this chair is a pretty huge upgrade over the previous one. This is kind of like the base model that comes with the racing sim. It's a leatherette material. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of leatherette. I tend to find it gets pretty hot. Oh wow, this looks super nice. Dude, this is almost like car seat material. Check it out. That is the front. It's also got some like suede on the side as well, which feels quite nice. This is gonna look awesome. GT Omega was actually my first ever proper like gaming chair that I purchased, so this is bringing back some memories. We've got the base of the chair here. Now, this already feels a lot bigger than this one. Like, it's much wider. And then inside here, we have the lumbar support. So I think this just goes like the bottom of this part of the chair. Let's put it together. The chair is complete. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah. So that is the chair. Let's go unbox some more stuff. All right, so since we have so much stuff to unbox, I thought I'd just switch to our new camera setup. So we have the front cam, we have a side cam for a slightly different angle, and then we also have the top down as well, so you can see everything I'm doing. But anyway, I think we'll start off with the Moza gear first, because I'm quite excited to check this out. Now, before we open these, I should probably show you this thing. This is the Moza ES steering wheel, and it comes as part of the R5 bundle, which also includes the direct drive wheelbase, as well as the pedals. Now, this wheel is fine as a starter wheel, although it's a little bit on the small side, only 11 inches. And yes, that's what she said. Now, instead of having to buy a brand new wheel, what Moza decided to do was make these things. These are wheel mods, so you can basically just pop off your original wheel and swap it straight out for one of these. And this is like way cheaper than buying a brand new wheel. This is a 12-inch wheel, so it's a little bit bigger. And if you're into stuff like drifting, this is just gonna be a lot better for you. So yeah, just sit straight on top of there, you put your bolts back in, and you've got a bigger wheel. So that's one of the wheel mods. The other one is the Formula wheel. So let's check this out. Oh, that was satisfying. So this is the Formula style wheel, and it's actually got different material on the handles. So this is more of just like a smooth rubber, whereas on these wheels, it's like a leatherette. Let's pop that down on top of there. Yeah, how cool is that? It's like you've got a brand new wheel without having to fork out $200. So very cool. I do like that Moza give the option for people who have bought the bundle to just be able to swap out different wheels. All right, next up is the GS V2. This is like a full steering wheel with a bunch of different functions. Now, I will admit, I haven't actually done much Formula 1 racing yet, or GT racing, because I've mostly just been like cruising around, you know? Again, you get a bunch of stickers here so you can label it up. Dude, I am excited to open this thing. Let's have a look. That looks freaking sick. That feels absolutely crazy. I've never experienced this before. They have magnetic shifters. that is so satisfying. We got a bunch of dials on here as well for turbo, map, diff. Wow, I have to say, I didn't realize that steering wheels could get any better than like this, because I've never really experienced anything else before other than like a Logitech G920, but this feels quality. Now, one thing that's quite cool is they all have quick releases. So you'll notice on this wheel, yeah, this has a quick release, that has a quick release, so you can literally just swap these out in like 5 seconds. I'm properly excited to try this out. So that's all of the Moza gear. Let's move on to the rest of the GT Omega stuff. Now, inside this box is a bunch of casters. Now, these aren't just ordinary casters, so this is how they work. So you got wheels right here, and then this little red dial, if you spin it a bunch of times, it extends this rubber part into the floor. So yeah, it's basically just retractable wheels. And let me tell you, the racing sim is pretty heavy once everything is installed on it, so these are definitely going to come in handy. What have we got next? So I think this is the mouse plate. So yeah, nothing fancy, but should do the job. This next one should also help with the being able to use the computer situation, because it is a keyboard tray. So a couple of parts of this one. This is almost like a monitor mount that you would put on a wall. So I'm guessing you can like swing it out of the way, and then this attaches to this keyboard tray. In fact, I was just thinking I could probably fit like a 60% keyboard on here and still have space for a mouse. So I might not even need that thing. Let's go and install some of this stuff on the racing sim. I just remembered, I totally forgot to unbox this thing. This is a floor mat for the racing sim. So it's essentially just like a giant mouse pad. Now, I'd initially planned to use this because I was going to have the racing sim in the living room and we have hardwood floor in there, but I think this on carpet in addition to the casters is just not going to work very well, so unfortunately we won't be using this. First thing I got to do is pull out the racing sim, which is kind of annoying because I've already like cable managed it, but there's literally no other way to get the casters on the bottom unless I pull it out and then flip it upside down. Yeah, I'd kind of done some cable management along the side here so that none of the cables going to like the shifter and the handbrake were visible. Let's start getting stuff installed. Casters are all installed, looking really good. We'll go ahead and get the racing sim flipped back over now, and then I think we'll install the new chair. This is definitely going to make it much easier to move around. Looking really sleek in the all black, and I have to say, it's very comfortable. It's much more comfortable than the one I had on it before, and the material as well seems like it'll be really hard wearing, which is good. There is also this lumbar support cushion as well. I did try this out, and I think it will probably help for like long racing sessions. Also, you probably saw me adjusting the position of the wheel. I was trying to get it all dialed in to where it should be, and I also ended up moving the location of the handbrake as well, because I did have it next to the shifter, but it was kind of awkward to use, so I've put it just in front instead, which is a lot better. Next up is the keyboard tray. This is definitely going to come in handy. When I don't want to use it, I can just put it away like that, fold it up so it doesn't take up any space, and then when I want to use it, I can just grab this little handle, pull it into position, and I've got a mouse and keyboard. As I expected, I don't think we're even going to need the mouse plate because, as you can see, the keyboard and mouse fit perfectly fine. And in fact, I totally forgot that it would have had to have mounted to the side of this, which is on the left side, and I'm of course right-handed. I'm sure I'll find another use for it. It's almost time to get everything plugged back in so we can test everything out, but there is one final upgrade to do, and that is the RGB, and Nene had an absolutely genius idea. Let me show you. So these right here are Govi's neon wall lights, and Nene was like, I wonder if they'll fit inside the racing sim aluminum channels, and check this out.
It fits perfectly into that.
This is gonna look sick. By the way, a lot of people think that you can't cut these, but you actually can. If you look closely, there's these little lines on the side of the strips, and as long as you cut there, you're fine. And just like that, the racing sim is complete. The RGB is looking freaking awesome. It's actually kind of similar to the neon that we've got on the other side of the office. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I did have to spend some time doing some cable management, but it's all looking super clean now. So we got the keyboard tray with the mouse on it as well. We've got the new chair. And I also really like how the whole racing sim is kind of raised up now. I think it looks a lot better. Now I'm super excited to test out this new wheel, so let's hop into a game so we can try it. All right, so here we are inside Assetto Corsa. Now you might be wondering how I got the game to look like this. I'm running quite a few mods on here. There are several tutorials available on YouTube, so I'll try and link one down below. But But yeah, decided to hop into this 1300 horsepower Toyota Supra, because why not? Oh, and the map, for those of you wondering, is the Shitoku map. I'm also running a traffic mod on here as well, so we can carve in and out of traffic. Dude, I bet this would be so fun in VR. I've not actually had much chance to try the VR headset yet, just because we moved. By the way, if any of you are interested in hopping into a race sometime, I'll drop our Discord link down below. I have definitely missed this. Alright, let's try out the GT wheel. Now, one of the things you can do in Moza Pit House is change the steering wheel angle. So for this kind of wheel, I'm guessing we should probably be around like 540. This feels a lot different. I've not tried one of these before, so this is a first for me. There's so much detail in the road as well, like I can literally feel every single bump. Oh, by the way, for those of you that play on console, Moza actually just released the R3 bundle, which is compatible with Xbox, which is pretty sick. I'm actually kind of curious to try out an F1 car because I haven't done any F1 racing yet. Let's take it for a spin. Whoa, this feels different. I always forget how short the gear ratios are on F1 cars. It's like you shift and it's time to shift again. I think I may have the neck effects set a little bit too extreme for F1 racing. Now, I do have some more upgrades planned for the racing sim, and if you have any suggestions on what we should do next, drop a comment. Yeah, I'm kind of wanting to make this into like a series so that you guys can come along on the journey of creating the most epic racing sim. If any of you are currently on a Logitech G920, by the way, I would definitely recommend you make the jump to direct drive. I wanted to do it like ages ago, but at the time, direct drive was way more expensive, but since Moza have been just releasing these kind of like, I guess, budget-focused direct drive wheelbases, it's a lot more accessible. That about wraps up for this video. Now, if you want to check out any of the stuff we featured in today's video, I'll have it all linked down below in the description. That includes the LED strips, the stuff from Moza, and the stuff from GT Omega. In fact, I actually have a 5% off link for the cockpit, so if you're in the market for one, definitely check it out. With that being said, drop a like if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button if you're new. We have lots more content on the way. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you all in the next one.